All right, big shout out to Konik, K-O-N-I-K. This is the Z200. This is what has brought me out to the field to be able to throw my rice. I got the trailer with it out of Bangkok, and I got this directly from the importer. If you're looking for a little piece of equipment to help you out on the farm, this is it. Not very fast, but lots of torque. And it'll pull a couple of 100 pounds of seed in the back of your trailer or grass to your cows with no problem whatsoever. All right, let's throw some rice. Welcome everyone to another video on Issan, Thailand and Texas living. I apologize in advance. We've just had a nice rain. The chickens are out, the frogs are out, the dogs are running around, so you might get a little bit of background noise. I see a lot of questions on the Facebooks for the Thailand expats and whatnot asking about ATVs. What's the best one to get? What's going to help me on the farm? Well, I'm not going to tell you which is the best one to get, but I am going to tell you about the one that I did get. And after looking at a lot of comments online and doing a bit of research, I purchased this Konik Z200, designed in Italy. Well, there's a seller for you right there, designed in Italy. And I'm going to do a short review on this ATV because I think maybe people might be interested to see a real life, hands-on review from someone who has absolutely no monkey in this tree. I don't sell them. I'm not sponsored by them. And I've actually not spoken in person to anybody that is involved in selling these. I just really like it, and I thought I would share with you what I do know. And some things that I don't know. Some folks that have these might be able to drop a comment below and let me know what they think. So let's get started. Why did I pick this one? Well, this one is the 200cc engine, a little bit more powerful than the 120, and I needed something with a bit of power because the whole goal for me was to pull a small trailer and load this trailer with grass for the cows, because I take grass from my yard. I let the grass grow tall, I cut it, and when the rice is growing, we have to feed the cows. So I take this grass over to the barn and feed the cows. And the barn is probably a kilometer and a half away down a short soy. And this makes life a lot easier. So let's go over some of the features of this machine. I'll give you a wider view so you can see exactly what we're talking about here. It's a nice looking machine, it really is. It runs very well when warm. And I would say that that is the only downfall that I have found at this point is I haven't found a choke for the carburetor. And on a cold start, it starts right up, but it doesn't want to go for 3 or 4 minutes without some manipulation of the throttle to keep it running. So you are best advised to let it warm up for 5 minutes or so before you start doing any work with it. Now this one, I have just given a bath. We just had a rain, of course, so I had to wipe it off. It is scratched up. It's not pristine. It has been used on the farm, and so yeah, this is an in-use vehicle. So let's go over some stuff. Start at the front. That's always a good start. So you have driving lights, headlights, driving lights, passing lights, turn signals. Outstanding. And a little push bar there on the front, and it almost looks like you could possibly mount a small ATV type winch up here. I'm not sure, I haven't looked into it, but boy, that would be something that would be really cool to have on there, especially if you're out in the mud, which I like to be. And it's got these racks. You can throw, I think it said in the book 100 kilos, maybe it's only 50 kilos on these racks, both front and back. Yeah, you just take in a bag of fertilizer out there and you don't want to tow the trailer, throw that on the front or the back and off you go. It's got guards for your hands, so if you're driving through brush, your hands are somewhat protected. It has mirrors on both sides, so you can be more confident on the roadway. The transmission is CVT. It's not a manual transmission. It's constant velocity, and it seems to do okay. I actually prefer a 5 or 6 speed transmission, but that's not an option on this size of machine. It does come with these off-road wheels. You can opt for highway wheels. For a small fee, they will swap them out for you. These are tubeless tires, and so far I've had no problem with them. You don't want to be going fast on pavement with these wheels because they will throw you around one side of the road to the other. So you keep your speed slow, especially when you're towing a little trailer. And gosh, you know, here nobody drives fast in Thailand, right? Especially on these soys. So suspension wise, I'm going to say it's got an outstanding suspension. I'm very pleased with it. What it has here is coil-over shocks that are fully adjustable, great travel, and I've just noticed that I've got a bolt missing there. I'm going to have to work on that. It probably says in the instructions after the first few hours of use, you should probably go in there and check all the nuts and bolts and make sure everything's tight, which of course I have not done. So there we are. I have not checked the air filter either, but that's something I will do later. So there we are. There's the suspension on it. It's got excellent protection for your legs. Power-wise, I'm going to say it's got plenty of power. Speed-wise, not so much. It's not a fast machine. But I like the fact that it has as much torque as it does. It's very torquey. And later in the video, you'll see it going across a field. Actually, you'll see it in the field that I drove across that was recently plowed. And I had a couple 100 pounds of rice in the back because I was throwing rice in that field. No problem. No problem whatsoever. It didn't even struggle. So something to take into consideration. Nice wide tires in the rear. Not too skinny up front, but definitely wide tires in the rear. Plenty of traction. Disc brakes all the way around. Chain drive. Again, it's got an adjustable monoshock in the back. I have not adjusted these at all. No need to at this point. It did come with the trailer hitch, receiver hitch, and then the trailer itself was, I believe, another $16,000, but don't hold me to that price. And then we have the seat, which is fairly easily removable. There's a lever on the bottom you can release it with, which I've done in advance because I thought I was going to make it easy for myself, but that doesn't seem to be working out. There we go. So you've got your battery and tools in there. Not much in the way of tools, but I guess in a pinch if you needed something, there they are. Your battery and a small storage area. Simple seat. Should be fine. And it goes on a lot easier than it comes off. There we go. And then you have your handlebars, steering, and all of your controls. Have hazard lights, lights completely off, on, and high beam. Emergency stop, turn signals, horn, start. Hydraulic brakes, front and rear. And then your throttle control is over on the right-hand side. So what do you say we try a cold start on this and see how it goes? It's a beautiful looking machine. I'll give you the information on the contact person here in just a few minutes. You'll be able to give the gentleman a call and he would be more than happy to speak with you. So there we go. There's our instrument cluster. Let's see if I can get, I don't think that's going to come out very well in the sun. I might pull it in there and try that again. But we're going to try a cold start right now. See how we do. Starts right up. But, like I said, it's a little cold-blooded. It does like to warm up before it goes anywhere. So you definitely want to let it run for 3 or 4 minutes. And then you should be good to go. It is a fairly wide machine. And I would say the one thing that bothers me more than anything else is the fact that it has a very wide turning radius. Very wide turning radius. So you need to be careful, especially with the trailer, as to how far or how close you are to an object when you're trying to go around it. Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to. It's not a truck. It's not a it's not a racing machine. You're not going to power slide around a turn. It's a workhorse. And here's the trailer that I got from the same gentleman in Bangkok. This trailer has I opted for this so that I can throw some tools, straps, covers, lunch, whatever I need to take with me, depending on what I'm doing. This one does not have a tailgate. I put the stickers on there, so if they look a little bit out of place, that's why. They didn't do that, I did that. It tows very well. Backing up is a bit of a challenge, but no big deal, no big deal. I'm really enjoying it, to be quite honest. I grow my grass in the yard and cut it for the cows, and I fill that thing up with grass, and then I throw some grass in a couple of bags and throw that on top and carry that off to the farm and go through some dirt. No problem. No, and we ride 2 up. My wife rides behind me, and you'll see in a video here in a minute, she rides by herself. She doesn't drive a car, but boy, she's happy driving this thing around. So if you're thinking of getting something to help you out on the farm, or just getting something to run around on in the village, I'd say this is perfect. I don't know that they can be licensed. I haven't looked into that. I'm not going to bother with that. So let's turn on some lights. And let's turn on the hazard lights. That way everything flashes. Let's see if I can get a better view here. Probably not. We'll pull it inside in a minute. Get a better view of that. There you go. This is what you're going to see when it's coming down the road. And that's low beams. They come in various colors. I think red, the green that I got, orange. I was reviewing my video and realized that my fat fingers had gotten in on it, and I probably shut the video off before I was done. So anyway, I'm going to just splice this together. I do want to show you the shift lever in a proper fashion. Currently in neutral, and you can very easily move it forward, reverse, neutral using this lever. Effortlessly, basically, to move it from forward gears to reverse gears. And then I'll leave you with a bit of video on the phone number that you can call to get correct information and availability for this particular machine, which I highly recommend. You all have a great day. Thank you for staying here till the end. I appreciate it. Please give the video a like, a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, that would be great. I'm not doing touristy things. I'm just doing, this is what it is living in Issan. So nothing big production wise or anything like that, just sharing my experiences. So if you all would please just give me a like and a thumbs up and subscribe, that would really help the channel out a lot. Give this fellow a call. He'll be happy to talk to you. And if you're really in the market for one of these, you know, look at all of the options available to you. And hopefully this has answered some questions. If you have any other questions that I might be able to answer, I will answer any questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you. I'm not going to guess. Just drop a comment below and let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Y'all take care now. Bye-bye.